So you want to know how to save for a house? Well, that's coming up right after this.
Your trusted real estate source, one video at a time.
What's going on, everybody? Alex back here for another video. In this video, I'm going to give you tips and tricks of how you can save for your next house. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my YouTube channel, I want to welcome you. I post videos 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So definitely think about hitting that subscribe button down there if you want to learn more about real estate. I know it can seem like a very daunting task to save money for a down payment, closing cost, to save money for a mortgage payment. Buying a house is a huge expense. And when your budget is already stretched every single month, it can seem almost impossible. So this video is going to be for you to help you put extra money aside to buy that house. Now, if you have a hard time managing your money, managing your expenses, your income, how much money are you spending on wasted items, then probably the most favorite, and you can just look it up on the internet, it's the 50-30-20 rule. Now, 50% of your income should go towards your needs. Now, your needs is gonna be things that you actually need to survive, right? So you're gonna need to pay for rent, you're gonna need to pay for insurance, you're gonna need to pay for food, you're gonna need to pay for gas, and there's some other miscellaneous stuff in there just for everyday living. Now, the 30% represents what you want. Now, this could be clothing, this could be miscellaneous gifts, right? But you don't wanna go to the extreme with this because I'll break it down later in this video. Now, the 20% should go towards your savings. So for example, if you make $5,000 a month, $2,500 goes towards your needs, right? So I would see a person making $5,000 a month, you're probably gonna be renting something in the low 1,000s, $1,100, $1,200 a month. The rest goes towards gas, insurance, stuff like that. Now, your wants, the 30% figure will represent $1,500 of your monthly income, and then $1,000 every single month will go towards savings. Now that you have a basic understanding of the 50-30-20 rule, I want you to track your next month of income and expenses and see where you fit into that 50-30-20 rule, and I guarantee it, you're probably gonna be spending more stuff on your wants than your needs. Now, to better help you guys out to start saving more money and put more money in your pocket, I want to give you the 5 tips that you can do that are going to help you amass thousands of dollars to buy your next house. And number 1 is you need to get your debt under control. Now, it's very hard when a large percentage of your monthly income is going towards paying down your debt. And also, what you need to think about is it's gonna be hard for you to get a mortgage when your debt amount is very high. Now, most lenders, mortgage lenders, will look at a debt to income ratio, and normally it can't be any higher than 40%. In some cases, they might be able to approve you at 45% or a little bit higher. If you have things like high interest credit card debt, that should be your number 1 priority. What I tell people is if you have any debt with an interest rate higher than 5, that should be your number 1 priority to try to lower that debt before you start looking to buy a house. Number 2 is put your retirement savings on hold. Now, this is a temporary thing. This is not a long term. I would say this is 3 to 5 years maximum. And now, while most people will contribute to their 401k or the traditional IRA or a Roth IRA a large percentage of their income, now you could put that towards saving for a down payment on your house. Now, I'm guessing if you're sitting out there and you're watching this video and you're having problems accumulating a savings, you're not using these retirement accounts to reduce your tax liability. So in most cases, just figure out the amount that you want to not put towards those retirement savings and just put that into a high yield interest savings account. Number 3, now with all the technology out there, download an app on your phone if you're really bad at managing money to track all your expenses. What you're gonna find out by doing this is that you bought a $5 latte from Starbucks. You bought a new pair of jeans when you already have 10 pairs. You went out on Friday and Saturday and spent $50 or $100 on drinks. These are the expenses that you need to lower so at the end of the year you have more money in your bank account. There are a ton of apps on the App Store. Some of them you need to pay subscriptions for. Some of them are free. Me being self-employed personally, I downloaded the Self-Employed app. It's a little green app and it tracks my income, expenses, deductions, my quarterly tax estimates, and it really helps to see the numbers in a graph and to see what you're spending every single month. Number 4, determine how much you need for a down payment. Now, it's always a good idea to talk with a mortgage lender and to see all the loan options out there. Because what a lot of people don't understand is you do not need 20% down in order to buy a house. You could get a government-backed loan, an FHA loan, with a 3.5% down payment. I always recommend for people to set goals. So if you're sitting out there, think about what is the price point of a home that you want to buy in your area, right? And that's your lifestyle, right? Do you want to live in a condo? Do you want to live in a house? Do you want to live in a mansion? Whatever your goal is, set the price point of what that home would cost in your area. For example, say you want to live in a condo where I live, right? So it's going to cost $300,000. You could do an FHA loan, which is a 3.5% down loan. Now with an FHA loan, you need a minimum of a 580 credit score. Now this goes back to repaying your debts and getting debt-free before you start searching for a house. It'll make the whole process a lot easier. Now with a 3.5% down payment on a $300,000 house, you're looking at $10,500 for your down payment. Now you're gonna have some closing costs associated with that purchase, and that would probably be around $5,000. So in total, you're looking at $15,000 you need saved up to buy this $300,000 house. So $15,000 is your goal that you need to meet. So at the beginning of the video, the particular individual was making $5,000 a month. Now, if you're making a different amount per month and year, just adjust the calculations. But this is how you can kind of calculate it out so you can get a better understanding of how much you need to save and if you need to readjust the 50-30-20 rule. So based off making $5,000 a month, that would be $60,000 a year. Now, if we break down the 50-30-20, 50% towards his needs will be $30,000 a year. The 30% for his wants would be $18,000 a year. And then $12,000 would go into his savings account. Now you need to pay tax to the IRS. Everyone's got to do it. So that would be $8,000 in tax with a $12,000 savings. So he has $4,000 left over in his savings account at the end of the year. Now, if he needs to save $15,000 to buy this condo, well, it's going to take him about 4 years to accumulate about $16,000 in order to do this. Now, what I would tell you guys out there, if you're like, Alex, I do not want to wait 4 years. That is a long period of time. I want this to happen now. Well, what you need to do is you need to adjust your 50-30-20, specifically your 30. Your wants. And this is where people get in trouble, right? They buy a new pair of jeans when they already have 10 pairs. They buy the Starbucks latte every morning when they can make $1 cup at their house. You know, they buy garbage that could actually be going into their savings account at the end of the year. This is why it's so important to track your income and expenses. And if you can't do it in your head, download an app so you can physically see how much money is going out of your wallet. Okay, and now this gets me to my last point. Number 5, get a side hustle. In 2019 going into 2020, it's so easy to make passive income. You know, I can list a couple. YouTube, what you're watching right now, people make money off YouTube, Amazon FBA, you could start an online business. Find something that you enjoy and that you can do part-time and it doesn't feel like work, and put a little bit of time into it every single day and see where it takes you in a year or two. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you got some takeaways from this video, and hopefully it helped you come up with maybe some better ideas of how you can save money. Now, I recommend download an app, see where your 50-30-20 rule is right now, and I guarantee it, you're definitely gonna need to adjust either how much money is going out of your pocket, or maybe you need to amp up your income by getting a side hustle and lowering your expenses. That's gonna leave more money in your savings account at the end of the year, which means you get to buy a house faster. As always, guys, thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for the 2 videos coming later this week, Wednesday and Friday. We'll see you guys then.